You can tell an AI coding workflow video is about to waste your time when it opens with, "First, install this tool." Here's the uncomfortable truth. The tool is the least important part of your workflow, and today I'll prove it by setting up everything else. 4 pieces, 1 repo. If your project already runs its tests with 1 command, this takes about 15 minutes. If it doesn't, then today you'll find out where the real work is. Think about what actually goes wrong with AI coding. It's never, "I configured the editor badly." It's the AI inventing its own conventions, forgetting yesterday's decisions, writing code nobody verified, and shipping diffs nobody read. Notice, every one of those is a * process Sturgis failure. Swapping tools doesn't fix process. In my feature build video, I showed the loop that keeps AI on rails. Spec it, slice it, verify each slice, review every diff, harden before you ship. That video showed the loop time running. This one shows how to install it as 4 concrete things that live in your repo, not in your tool's settings menu. Which is exactly why it survives every tool migration. Your repo travels with you. First piece, a plain text file in the repo root that every AI session reads before touching anything. Today, the popular names are Claude.md or a rules file. The name will change, the idea won't. It's a briefing document for a very fast contractor with amnesia. What goes in it? 3 categories, and brutal brevity. House conventions. How this codebase names things, structures, services, handles errors. The stuff a human would absorb in code review. Hard boundaries. The never-do list. Never add dependencies without asking, never touch migrations, never commit secrets. And the verify command. 1 line that tells the AI how to prove its own work. We'll get to why that line is load-bearing in a minute. The test of a good instructions file isn't length. Mine fits on 1 screen. It's this. Would a competent stranger, reading only this file, avoid your last 3 code review complaints? If not, write those 3 in. Second piece, and I'll be straight with you. This one doesn't live in a folder yet. It lives in my chat history, reused so often I could type it from memory. It's a prompt template with 3 parts, and the order is the point. First, diagnosis before code. Tell me what you'd change and why. Don't write anything yet. The AI has to show its plan while it's still cheap to say no. Second, a scope fence. Touch nothing unrelated to this task. 1 boring sentence. It saves entire afternoons. Third, receipts at the end. List every file you changed. That list is what I review against. If a file shows up that shouldn't be there, we roll back before we discuss. Why does a template beat just chatting? Same reason files beat memory. The chat dies. Which is exactly what we're fixing on camera right now. This template is moving out of my chat history and into a file in the repo next to the instructions file. 2 minutes of copy-paste, and every future session in any tool starts from the same 3 rules instead of from my memory. Third piece, the load-bearing line. A single command that builds and tests the project. 1 command, not a wiki page of steps. 1 line the AI can run after every slice. What belongs inside that command? 3 things in order. Compile, test, and whatever analysis your team already trusts, wired to fail fast and exit loud. In my C# projects, that's a small script wrapping the build and the test run. In yours, it might be npm test or make check. The names don't matter. The properties do. It has to work from a clean checkout. If it only passes on your machine, the AI's green tells you nothing. And it has to be deterministic, which is the part nobody says out loud. A flaky test is worse than no test, because it trains you and the AI to shrug at red. The first time it's probably just that flaky one enters the workflow, the whole loop becomes theater. One more honest scenario. Your test suite is thin, or there isn't one. Don't boil the ocean before lunch. Write a single smoke test, boot the app, hit the 1 path that pays the bills, assert it answers. That upgrades your verification from it compiles to it runs, and it's the cheapest confidence you'll ever buy. Then put the command in the instructions file as the definition of done so every session inherits it. The rule from the build video was, every slice verifiable in under 5 minutes. This is what makes that rule cheap to enforce. When verification is 1 command, prove it becomes the default instead of a chore. You stop taking the AI's word for anything, not out of distrust, but because checking costs nothing. If your project needs 6 manual steps to verify, fixing that is worth more than any AI tool you could install today. That sentence is most of this video. Last piece, and it's a habit, not a file. Small diffs, always. One slice, one diff. Fresh session per slice so context stays sharp, and the AI starts from the instructions file and the prompt template, instead of hallucinating history. And every diff read like a pull request from a fast, confident junior. The habit that caught the overfetching query, the stray dependency, the convention drift in my build video. None of that was luck. Small diffs made the reviews cheap. The ritual made them automatic. That's the whole setup. An instructions file, a prompt template, one verify command, one review ritual. If that verify command already existed, this was 15 minutes of work. If it didn't, then the command was the work, and the most valuable thing you built today, AI or no AI. Either way, you do it once. And none of it cares which assistant you're running, which is exactly why it'll outlive whatever tool is trending this month. So far, this series has used the loop to build in a code base I know by heart. Next video, the training wheels come off. A code base I've never seen, code I didn't write, a real bug, and this exact setup is what keeps it from going sideways. Subscribe so you don't miss it. And tell me in the comments, what's the one rule in Chukin Draft Instructions file that saved you the most pain? I'll compare notes.